Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Rocio with Sparkling Punk. I own this amazing Halloween year-round small business because I am a Halloween year-round lover. Yeah, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've posted. I really want to start posting more this year. I'm going to definitely be focusing on just trying to provide more for y'all, whether it's like Artist Alley or just everyday artsy stuff, you know, like we'll see, but I'm gonna try my very best. I thought I should start out the new year by actually talking about my 2022 small business goals. And I did this last year. I ended up accomplishing 7 out of the 8 goals I set for myself, which I will tell y'all what those goals were for me. Last year was technically my first full year as a full-blown business owner because I started my business back in November of 2019, and then later on, after that, the pandemic happened. I was working and getting ready to get into a convention, but then that got canceled. I was actually going to do 3 conventions, but they all got canceled. So a lot of things changed. I felt like my business really grew the most last year though. So I was able to complete a lot of those goals that I set for myself. And this year I decided to be a little more ambitious and I set myself 10 goals instead of 8. So I'm really excited. Some of these goals are really funny. Some of these goals are really like ambitious. So let's go ahead and get started, because I know on Instagram and on Facebook, some people were like, ooh, and I felt like I was calling some artists out with some of them. It just cracked me up. But let me go ahead and get started with my small business goals from last year. So in 2021, my first goal was to learn how to network and build relationships with other young small business owners and artists. I definitely did that. I actually went out and started doing more markets last year, and I realized that there was a lot of business owners that were around my age, and it was really awesome to be able to just communicate with them. And even the ones that weren't my age, it was really cool to see who liked Halloween year-round things. And I got to meet so many amazing small business owners and artists, and I really felt like I opened myself up a little bit more, because when I first meet someone, especially when it's business oriented, I tend to be a little introverted. I am half introvert, half extrovert, so I am an omnivert, and my extroverted side really just comes out when I really get to know someone. So I can be very introverted. Even on video, I can be very awkward and introverted sometimes, which is really weird. But I'm very happy that I was able to kind of expand my artist circle, and I really want to continue doing that this year. I didn't make that one a goal this year because I feel like that's something that I kind of understand on how to do now. Last year, it was so much so that I actually didn't even know where to begin. So the second one is to expand my small business knowledge. So I did actually end up expanding a lot of my knowledge when it came to online. I mean, my website looked a lot better. I even started expanding on like what manufacturers I should go with, how I can, you know, just start getting into more markets, into more conventions, kind of more of the background. I even applied to Blue Genie Art Bazaar, which is a artist market that's a holiday one that lasts like 3 months or 2 months or something like that here in Austin, by reaching out to other small business owners. And a friend of mine that knew them actually got me in contact and was able to kind of give me advice. And they all gave me really good constructive criticism on how to improve my booth if I wanted to go ahead and apply for that market. I didn't end up getting in, but it was really crazy because one of the vendors that I look up to, her name is Lux Cups. She came up to me at my first convention, and I told her that this was my first ever convention ever time vending, and she said she wouldn't have known. She thought that I was in the game for quite a while already, and that was a really big compliment. I couldn't believe it, and I am so happy that I took that constructive criticism without having any issues. Constructive criticism is something that I've had to get used to as an artist, but it honestly really helps you grow, especially when it comes to layout and especially when it's coming from someone that it's working for them that is in the similar type of market as you are, selling art, like pins or stickers. You know, they've been in that type of field for quite some time, so they can tell you what has worked for them and what hasn't. So that was really awesome. My third accomplishment in 2021 was vend at my first convention and sell enough to make back my booth fee. So I did end up vending at my first convention in 2021. I ended up vending at Hill Country Comic Con, and that was back in August. I had an absolute blast. I honestly only expected to get out of there with maybe $500. My overall goal was to make $1,000 the entire convention, because it was a 2-day convention, Saturday and Sunday. But actually, by the end of the convention on day 1, I came out with $1,000, making back my booth fee. That was, I think, about $300. So that was a win for me right there, especially it being my first convention. I was very, very shocked and super happy that everybody loved my products. And now I know for next time what sells and what doesn't. So I'm super, super stoked about being able to participate in Hill Country Comic Con this year in March. So that was my third. My fourth, and also an accomplishment for last year, was to apply for 1 or 2 conventions for 2022 and get accepted into at least one of them. So I did apply for Hill Country Comic Con again, and I did go ahead and get accepted. As I stated, I will be going and vending there again on March of this year, 2022. So I am super duper duper excited. I am already getting prepared for that, and I already starting to plan like what I want to take. One of the things that I realized did a really good job were my mystery bags, and people kept asking me if they were Halloween mystery bags. They unfortunately weren't, but this year I'm definitely planning on making some Halloween mystery bags to take to the convention. I even plan on taking my discontinued stock from when I first started my small business journey back in 2019, which is non-Halloween related, which will still be fine, but it'll be at a mega discount, and people loved those items last year. So my fifth, and also an accomplishment, was to get a bigger office / studio. This was a really big goal of mine. If you know me personally, you know that I did not grow up in the most well-off family. I grew up in a paycheck to paycheck type family. My parents always had to work, and it was always pretty tight. I worked 2 jobs all throughout my entire high school year, 2 part-time jobs, which pretty much made it feel like I had a full-time job, and I still ended up graduating high school with like a 3.5 GPA, which is still really, really good. I think my senior year I ended up graduating with almost all A's, and that was an accomplishment within itself. So honestly, just being able to get a bigger office and studio was just an ultimate dream, and I never thought that I'd be moving into a house in 2021. Do I own it? No, I do not. We are renting it for 2 years, but honestly, I love this house so much. It's exactly what I wanted, and I got so lucky that I was able to get my own office, and my boyfriend also has his own office, and we're just very comfy in this house. So I'm just so happy. I never even thought it would be possible. So that was another thing I was able to do this past year. Number 6 is get at least 20 sales. So I did accomplish this. I was able to get at least 20 sales with all the markets and everything that I did overall. I participated in a lot of markets and only one convention, which was Hill Country Comic Con, but just within the first Hill Country Comic Con, I got at least 20 sales. And I didn't want to make it online sales specific because this was my first time actually putting myself out there. So being able to get 20 sales anywhere was absolutely awesome. All right, so number 7, I actually did not accomplish number 7, but here's the thing why. I actually didn't put a lot of effort into this one. And the reason was I actually do run another YouTube channel. So this is get at least 100 YouTube subscribers on this channel. I run another YouTube channel called Rocio Jimenez Cosplay, which shows all about my life, my cosplay, and just my lifestyle as a Halloween lover. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, definitely go ahead and check it out. I'll put it down in my description. But I post 2 times a week on there. I post every Wednesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And I have been posting on that channel consistently for 2 years, so that has been my main focus. But that's why I want to be able to manage both of them now. Now that I have a grip on how to manage a YouTube profile successfully, I want to be able to do that with my art profile. I follow and subscribe to so many amazing artists in this community, and I would really like to be able to share my knowledge as well, or be able to just share my art background with you guys, especially because this past year I focused mainly all on art. Like, that was my life, and I grew so much as an artist, and I think that 2022 is just going to continue to be more artist growth for me, and I'd really like to document it. But I didn't go ahead and complete that one, but it's okay, because we could go ahead and try again this year and make our goal a little bit less high. We were close to 50 subscribers, which is fine, but it's all right. So now we're gonna go to the very last goal, which I did go ahead and accomplish this one. This goal is to get at least 500 Instagram followers. And by that, I meant like to get to 500 Instagram followers. I gotta say, I was absolutely shocked when I got to, I think I ended up on like 663 Instagram followers for the year. And I was shocked, but it honestly was because I was putting my full effort out there, and I was really getting myself out there in the markets. People were really getting to know me, and I've mentioned it before, but it always just brings me so much joy and happiness when you guys come up to me at markets and say, I bought this at the store, because I do sell some things at Skellington Curiosities, and I wanted to meet you in person. And that honestly just brings a huge smile on my face. And you guys can't believe it, as an artist that has been creating since I was about 6 years old, I just can't believe it. I'm always like, you wanted to come meet me? Like, I love that. I love when you guys mention that to me, and you don't even know, it brings me so much happiness. So the fact that I got to over 500 followers on my business Instagram page, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. If you're not followed already on my Instagram, it is sparkling_punk. That is SPARKLING_punk. PUNK. But I will go ahead and put it up here for y'all, so you can go ahead and check it out, and it'll also be in the description below. Yeah, those were my 2021 goals, and like I said, there was 8, and I was able to accomplish 7 out of 8 of them. So now to 2022. For 2022, like I said, I decided to be a little more ambitious, but I am starting to slowly get the grip of being a small business owner. There's still so much I need to learn, so much I want to learn, and so much to expand on, but I feel like I'm slowly getting there, and I do run the entire show by myself, so it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and start with goal 1. My first goal is to get to 1,000 Instagram followers. I am almost at 700 Instagram followers, and getting to 1,000 will just be like mind-blowing to me. I follow some of the best people that I'm just like, wow, like, you are such goals. One of my really good friends, Kawaii Art Cafe is her business, but her name is Kathleen, is doing amazing in her business, and honestly, I look up to her so much. I absolutely love her, and she's so supportive towards me and my business, and honestly, I give her so much love because she is so amazing. She also runs a YouTube channel and provides help to artists and all of that, so definitely go ahead and check her below. I will put her link below, but like, she is one of my goals. I'm just like, yes, girl. And I also want to be, you know, my end goal is to be like all the spooky small business owners out there. Like, I follow so many, and I'm just like, you guys are so awesome, and you're like the reason I started my business, and like, I also started my business because I wanted to provide more Halloween stuff to people that are like me year round, and like I get all gushy and stuff. But that is one of my biggest goals, is to reach to at least 1,000 Instagram followers. My second goal for 2022 is to get at least 50 YouTube subscribers. I'm gonna be a little more realistic, and let's hope that we can reach 50 YouTube subscribers on this channel. So I'm gonna say it right now, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I pretty much try to post videos anytime that I buy something new from a manufacturer. I try to review the items for you guys and just make sure to tell you how I felt about the product, whether it was good, bad, the product, price, you know, like how it was described, all of that. I try my very, very best, because as a small business owner, I have had a really hard time finding manufacturers, and I have no issues at all sharing those manufacturers with you guys. I want everybody to succeed, and I don't see anybody as a competition at all. Whether you're a Halloween small business or not, to me, you are not a competition. You're an inspiration. I want to be just like you. Honestly, like goals. And the reason I say that is because we all have our own different styles, and we all sell different things. Honestly, everybody's art is differently, so we shouldn't be seeing each other as competition. We should literally just be cheering each other on. So that is my second goal. My third is to get at least 20 online sales. This is gonna be really hard. I have my own website, and it is really hard to drive sales to my website. I don't know why. I don't know if it's shipping. I don't know if it's location. I know some people are not in the US, and I'm only shipping in the US, Canada, and Mexico now. Canada and Mexico have been added recently, but I can't ship to the EU because of the whole VAT thing. You know, so like, I don't know what it is. You know, tell me what it is. You know, is there some reason you guys won't purchase from my website? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. As a small business owner, all you do is kind of, you're like, I don't know, because people like my stuff in person. Would they just rather buy from me in person? But there's also people that follow me from like afar. So I don't know. I really don't know. But I can't judge anybody, because money could be really tight. For example, I love shopping. I have a shopping problem, like a really bad shopping problem. I've been very proud of myself because I haven't really been spending, because I may or may not be going to Italy. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to Italy because of the whole COVID situation. But yeah, no, I have a really bad spending problem, and I love supporting people all the time, but there is times where I'm like, I can't support you. I will share your product on my stories because I literally don't have the money to support you. If I could, I would be like, take my money. Please take my money. It's not possible sometimes though, and I understand that. People are having a tough time right now, and the reason is a lot of people decided to travel because we were finally able to travel, and then Christmas creeped up on us, and we were like, what? The holidays are here? Oh, snap. Gifts? Yes, let's support those small businesses. Ooh, monies. I spent it all on vacation. It happens. I went on vacation. I went to Disney World twice this year. That's where my money went to. And then I made a lot of purchases from small businesses during the Halloween season. It was bad, y'all. October is a really bad time for my wallet. It does not like me in October. And September and August, like, let's be real. Whew. But yeah, that is one of my biggest goals there. And I know it's gonna be one of the hardest ones. Number 4, another big one, y'all, another ambitious one. Launch a Kickstarter by the end of 2022. So, one thing that I actually haven't really talked about on my Instagram is that I really want to open a Kickstarter for a purse that is also an Ita bag that I designed. I have been really wanting to open this up, but manufacturers, I don't know who to talk to. I started talking to someone on Alibaba, but they told me that just for the sample fee, it was going to be $250. They can't tell me how much it would be afterwards or nothing. And I was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. And also, there's been so many delays with ordering overseas right now that I don't know if I want to risk that right now. If things get better, because things are getting worse right now. My goal is to start a Kickstarter, whether it's for berets, or for my Ita bag, or both. Like, it's one of my ultimate goals, and I have a friend that makes Kickstarters for her band all the time when they're doing a new music video, and she's always really successful in it. You know, I have people that have done Kickstarters and they're able to provide me with that information that I just don't know. You know, like, you could watch YouTube video and try to understand it with a Kickstarter, but I feel like Kickstarter has all this other behind the scenes stuff that we don't really understand, and it makes it a little bit easier to have someone there hands-on. And having my friend there that's like, yes, I will help you. If you want to do a Kickstarter, let's do this. You're gonna have to start like now. So I will slowly be working on my Kickstarter. I have already designed the purse. I have already sent the mock-up to a vendor, and we have been talking, but like I said, the money just isn't there. I have to make sure that I get the sales first, and then be able to order the sample, and then be able to start the Kickstarter. So I know that with time, that's why it's a really long-term goal for the end of 2022, because a year is a long time. Will it fly by again? Probably, but still, it's a long time. And I hope to start a Kickstarter, like I said, whether it's for berets or whether it is for my Ita bag. That is really cool, by the way. Only a couple people have seen it, and they are like, yes, please make this happen. So we'll see. All right, so my 5th goal for 2022 is to get my first 10 patrons on Patreon. So I just launched my first ever small business Patreon for Sparkling Punk. It is called the Spooky Mail Club, and I am so excited because it is a pin club / sticker club. So you get 1 acrylic pin and 1 to 2 stickers that are designed for Patreon every month. I started it kind of in a Kickstarter manner where in January you get January exclusives like printables and a discount code for my shop, sparklingpunk.com. And on day 1, which was on January 1st, I actually got my first patron in the morning. I woke up to my first patron. So far we only have 1, but at the end of February, so I'm giving people like a month. So they have from January 1st to January 31st to sign up to get January rewards, and then February rewards, because on February 1st, I have to order the January pins and the February pins. So the way we're doing it is we needed to make sure that we raised enough money to be able to order all these pins and continue on the club. So that's why I did it the way I did it. So if whoever signs up in January gets the January Patreon exclusives, and they also get their acrylic pin and 1 to 2 stickers, which for January, I plan on doing 2 stickers, and those are going to be either vinyl or holographic stickers, and those will be shipped out at the end of February. If they decide to stay a patron on February 1st, then they will go ahead and get charged for their February Patreon benefits, which will be the 1 acrylic pin and 1 to 2 February stickers, and those will also be sent at the end of February. We will order the pins on the 1st of every single month, and the way I will do it is because by that point I should have enough money to go ahead and order all of our pins, and in the middle of the month is when I should receive the pins, be able to grade the pins, and then be able to package everything up for you guys and send it off. I will be working on the designs the month before, so it's just going to continue like that. I think the reason I started this Patreon is just to make sure that I stay, creative as the entire year goes on. And I also want to start bringing a little more stability for my business when it comes to making back a lot of the debt that I actually had to put into my business. I think I have had to put about $12,000 in of my own money because fabric is expensive. I've had to buy a lot of big products like a printer, a sewing machine, a bunch of other things like that to be able to start my business. I sell a lot of physical products. It's not like I just sell stickers, which are a little bit easier to pay back, but I have a lot of physical stuff like that. So I think it'll allow me to pay back my debt a little bit more and get me a little creative every month. So I'm really excited about it. If y'all are interested in becoming one of my 10 first patrons, I would really appreciate it. Y'all can go ahead and check out my link below as well. I will not disappoint. I promise. I promise. I put so much effort and work into the designs that I do because I'm very passionate about my art. I really am. I love Halloween so much. And if you're a Halloween year-round lover, love spooky stuff year-round, like, I promise you, I will not let you down. I will not let you down. And then also, if you sign up in January, like I said, you will be one of my first, so you will be given some Patreon exclusives, which all of that information is on my Patreon. So that's one of my main goals, is to get at least 10 patrons. My sixth goal is to set up consignment with one more shop. So currently I have consignment with Skellington Curiosities up in Waco. Their contract is kind of changing, so it might be a little iffy depending on if I am able to stay with them or not, but that was an accomplishment for me that I never even thought would happen last year. So my other goal is to be in consignment with another shop. It would be super cool. I applied to this other shop called Black Daisy up in Waco as well. I know there's a couple things in the contract that might stop me from being able to get into the Black Daisy. I haven't heard back from them yet, but I really hope I do because it'd be really cool and it would help me check that off of my goal list, but we will see. I know there are so many other consignment stores here in Austin. I just need to get myself out there, and it's really hard to kind of introduce myself and say, hey, I run a Halloween year-round business, because people look at me and they're like, okay. Because I actually went to another store here in Austin. It's called A-Town. They have all this small business like stuff, and I actually wanted to talk to the owner, and they told me just email the owner, even though she was in the back. I went ahead and I emailed her and she never emailed me back. I was really upset about it. I want to do a follow-up. At the same time, I feel really bad and I feel like I'm gonna bug them, and I don't know. Like I said, I always feel bad because when I say that I own a Halloween or a spooky year-round small business, people look at me really weird unless they are in that community and they understand, they're my people. But I get really self-conscious. That one's also going to be a really hard one for me, and it's a really ambitious one. I'm crossing my fingers that I hear back from the Black Daisy because it would be a really good opportunity. Just note, whenever you do consignment, you normally have to pay a fee for like renting out a certain area in like these places, or they take a fee from your products. So like there's a lot that goes into it, but it's honestly a really big accomplishment. And I feel like I've gotten noticed a lot just from being in consignment at Skellington Curiosities. So my number 7 is something that I did this past year, but I didn't get accepted. And I mentioned it earlier. So I want to apply to the Blue Genie Art Bazaar again. I noticed it's a really big risk because the Blue Genie, so you have to pay for them to be able to look over your application, first of all, and you will be accepted or denied. And the payment doesn't come back to you. It just kind of happens. So, and they do take a really big cut, but there's another thing with, it's a consignment pretty much for like a good 2-3 months or something like that. I think it's 2 months, and it's a really big goal. I have met some of the most, well, I have not met, but I have seen some of the most amazing artists that I love through there, and I'm just like, I want to be like them, right? I have wanted to be in the Blue Genie ever since I moved to Austin and I got introduced to the Blue Genie. So I really want to try it again. Now that I feel that I'm very more business oriented and I understand my layout and how I want things to look. I have done quite a few shows. I could really get my good pictures in there. I know exactly what they're asking for now. So I do want to try again. You know, I don't want to give up. It's something that is an ultimate dream. And if I were to get in as a Halloween year-round business during a holiday market, that's like wild. That'll be awesome. You know why? Because I think I'll be perfect for the goth and alt community, as well as the Halloween fashion community. Like, honestly, we need more of me. You know, we need people like me. Like, there is so many different types of people. Like, we should have kawaii businesses. We should have like country style businesses. We should have Halloween year-round small business. There's so many different types of people out there, you know, and I think that I'd be a good fit, you know, for those people that are like me. And the more I learn, there is a huge alt scene, goth scene, vampire scene, the Halloween spooky year-round scene here in Austin and in the Austin areas, like around. So I'm like, it would be perfect. So I'm gonna keep trying and not give up. So my 8th goal is to participate in at least 5 markets and or conventions. So I already have one lined up for this January. On January 16, I will be vending at the Glass Coffin. Sorry, my voice is starting to go out. The Glass Coffin downtown in Austin. This is gonna be the first market ever that I do in Austin as Sparkling Punk. I have done 2 other markets, but it was with my previous tester small business. So I'm really excited. This is gonna be a game changer. I'm so excited because this is gonna be in a vampire parlor is what it's called. And I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I feel like I'm gonna get to meet so many other different types of people that I haven't been able to meet because normally I go up to Waco, but now I'm gonna be in Austin. I get to meet this Austin community. So I'm super excited. So that's my first one. My second one is going to be Hill Country Comic-Con, and then we'll see what else happens from there, right? So that's 2 out of 5. I just need 3 more for the year. So we'll see if I can accomplish that one. That one isn't super, super, super ambitious, but it's something. So next one is to pay off half of my small business debt. That's a hard one. That's a really hard one when you don't get steady orders. I'm nervous about this one. I really am. Because currently I have unpaid off about $11,000 unpaid off, meaning $11,000 from my full-time job has gone into starting my business. Yes, I said 1,000, not 100. It hurts because, you know, you need money to start, and there's things that fail and there's things that do well, and it's hard. It's hard. It'll be a tough one, but doing a lot of shows and hopefully trying to get more drive to my website will help me get there. Half is about $5,000. This past year, I think I made about $5,000, I think. So, it might be possible. It might be possible. We'll see. We'll see. But that one is definitely a big one that I'm worried about. My last one. Use up all my current supplies before purchasing more. This is where I called out a lot of artists on my Artist Alley Facebook group the other day. Because they were like, that last one though. And I'm like, I know. I'm laughing at myself too. Because some people would, you know, comment the little laugh emoji thing. And I'm like, you guys know, and you're laughing because you guys know. You go into the art store, you're like, I only need to get one thing because I got a special order or whatever, I ran out of this, right? You come out with so much more that you do not need. Okay, let's be real, okay? And that's why a lot of people were laughing at that one, because it is true, artists can be craft supplies hoarders, okay? Yes. My office might look organized, but have you looked at my closet? You've seen the corners, but have you looked at the middle? The dark space in the middle. It's really bad. Which made me say, girl, you need to use all your supplies before you go buy more. And I was like, I know. And the thing is we have this store here in Austin called Austin Creative Reuse. That store is dangerous. It is an artist thrift store. It's exactly what that sounds like. It's stuff that's used, not used, half used, brand new. Like, I know I just did a lot of synonyms, but it is very dangerous when you go in there and a new season appears, right? Like, now it's fall, now it's winter, now it's spring. And then you're like, I'm gonna go see what Austin Creative Reuse has. Oh, I need this. Oh, I need that too. And this. No, you don't, Rocio. You do not need that, or this, or that. You need this. That's it. That is it. And that place is very affordable, okay? It's not so much just for the money, right? Because we need to save our money and focus on paying back our small business debt, but we don't have the space. When you don't have the space, you need to stop. When you start saying that you need to get another tote because you need to add it to the pile of stuff that is starting to accumulate in the garage, you know you have an issue. You need to stop. And I love creating stuff with scraps, so I better use up all those scraps before I even get started with anything brand new. I have a bunch of fabric that's still left over from Marshall Dry Goods. I need to use up all of that first. Need to use it all. You know, I will come up with any craft idea or anything like that with what I have in stock now. And also, I have so much I still need to sell. I was vending the other day and I did not have enough space to put out everything I had, because I am constantly creating and it's fine, but I might need to focus on making more digital stuff because, dude, I didn't have space on the table. It was bad. It was really bad. I'm guilty. But those are my accomplishment goals from 2021 and my new goals for 2022 as a small business owner. I hope this helps anybody that is wanting to go ahead and make some small business goals for themselves this year. And see how I started with my small business goals and how I am doing them now. And I'm slowly doing it. It's honestly slow. And if you don't accomplish them, don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna happen. But if it helps you accomplish, more goals, make yourself some mini things like, oh, if I accomplish this goal, then I will do this for myself. Things like that will also help you be able to accomplish the goals. But you also have to think about it this way. You actually need to want it, like really bad want to accomplish it to be able to actually do it. There's things like subscribers, and Instagram, stuff like that is kind of hard to control, especially with Instagram algorithm nowadays. But it's the hustle. You just got to keep doing it, keep going, and yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like I said before, I'm gonna try to post more videos this year. I'm gonna try to do like artisty type crafty videos. I know some people were like, we'd like to see your process, like just watch you craft. And I'm totally okay with that. Setting up my camera a little bit, maybe do some vlogs. I know a lot of artists do vlogs and I really do enjoy that. So maybe I'll start doing some vlogs for y'all, so you guys can just watch my everyday artistry life and see me creating as I go. But yeah. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see y'all in my next video. Alright, bye everyone.